because CM Punk goes one-on-one with Roman Reigns of the Shield. I'm going to ask you the question, the same question Piper asked John. If Reigns beats Punk, is Reigns better than Rollins and Ambrose?
It makes sense. I think the Hot Rod found something.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in an exclusive interview on WWE.com last week, Paul Heyman told me that his client, Brock Lesnar, was coming to Baltimore tonight to go old school on Old School Raw. Yes, the Beast is back. Let's take you back to this past week on Monday Night Raw.
Please welcome back to the WWE.
Oh my God.
The Beast incarnate is here.
My name is Paul Heyman, and the Beast is back.
This is making it uncomfortable.
Not once, but twice, Brock Lesnar broke the arm of Triple H, who over the years has been one of Brock Lesnar's most fierce rivals.
Why is Brock Lesnar back? Wow. My client is not here to settle old scores. Brock Lesnar hereby declares his desire to be the WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Wait a minute. The world's strongest man.
Mark Henry will step up. I guarantee it.
This could get ugly fast. Lesnar went right after Mark Henry. And now Henry fighting back outside the ring. Whoa! Lesnar tossed into the WWE crowd here in Richmond.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Brock Lesnar driving Mark Henry through the wall.
You gotta be kidding me, no.
What Brock Lesnar wants?
No, not on the floor.
And F5! And F5 to Henry!
Brock Lesnar takes. There ain't nobody that can stop me. Brock Lesnar.
So what does Brock Lesnar do for an encore? Paul Heyman says the Beast is going to go old school. Brock Lesnar is live, and he's here in Baltimore for Old School Raw tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Royal Rumble match. This is history in the making. This has got to be the greatest thing I've ever seen. Every man for himself. One will main event WrestleMania. Who will be the one?
Oh my! Here comes the animal.
In the Royal Rumble match, the animal, Batista, will be unleashed. WWE Royal Rumble, presented by Jackson Hewitt.
And we are back on Old School Raw with Sin Cara set for action. We are 3 weeks away, of course, from the Royal Rumble in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and the 30-man Royal Rumble match. And here's a former Royal Rumble winner.
This bout is set for one fall. Coming down the aisle, hailing from Potosi, Mexico, weighing 239 pounds, Alberto Del Rio.
Well, John, Alberto Del Rio, a former world heavyweight champion, has had all kinds of issues with his countryman, Sin Cara. This was on Monday Night Raw last month. A lot of people said that Del Rio took Sin Cara lightly, and boy, did he ever pay for it. Sin Cara picking up the on Monday Night Raw. It was a rematch between Sin Cara and Alberto Del Rio. And John, it would happen again. Sin Cara obviously has Alberto Del Rio's number. Del Rio not able to get out of the blocks against Sin Cara. 2 wins on consecutive weeks for the high-flying Mexican sensation.
You can't be serious.
What do you mean?
He has Del Rio's number.
He's beat him 2 out of 2.
Mexico's greatest export. Are you kidding me? These guys have been fighting since they grew up in the old barrio down in Mexico. Del Rio's lost twice to him in his entire life.
Okay, and I think they've only met twice, at least over the past number of months here in WWE.
Yeah. I'm talking about growing up. I just told you they grew up together fighting.
And they've actually met.
Would you listen, please?
Before. And Sin Cara looking to pull the upset again, and Del Rio kicking out. Alberto Del Rio. He won the largest Royal Rumble match in history against Sin Cara, and again Del Rio with a kick out of the midsection. It was back in 2011. 40 men involved in that Royal Rumble. Again, the world is talking about Old School Raw tonight. You can join in the conversation on Twitter using the hashtag #OldSchoolRaw. I saw him drag takedown into the cover, hook to the leg, and a kick out by Del Rio. You know, John, this is a huge night tonight for WWE. For the first time ever, we are airing live with Monday Night Raw tonight in Japan on J Sports. Welcome aboard J Sports to the Monday Night Raw live family. And here's Del Rio, hook to the leg, and a kick out.
Yo arigato. Ohio gozaimasu.
Do you really know what you're saying, or?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know Japanese, so I was just wondering.
You don't know English. Do I know Japanese? What do you think I'm saying when I said Ohio gozaimasu? What do you think I'm talking about? Sri Lankan? I'm not sure. You say something about Japan, I'll say something in Japanese. Oh, do you know? No.
Well, last week
I'm talking Mongolian. What do you think? Yes, I'm talking Japanese.
Last week we were in Washington, and you called it Washington. And here's Sin Cara, went for the tornado DDT, countered quickly by Del Rio, and Sin Cara again has got Del Rio off balance. Maybe Sin Cara has his number, John.
I don't think he does.
Can you admit that?
No, I can't admit that.
Oh, and then the springboard elbow.
Still talking about the
Cover yet again, and a kick out.
The old island of Honshu. That's what Japan used to be called, Honshu.
Oh, and look at this. Oh, Sin Cara again.
Many times, as has Alberto Del Rio.
Sin Cara up top, looking to put Alberto away, who rolls out of the way.
Good night, sweet Prince.
Del Rio right to the jaw. Sin Cara hook of the leg now. Shoulders are down, and Del Rio picks up the win.
And what were you saying about number?
I stand corrected.
Winner of this match, Alberto Del Rio.
On a night when CM Punk will meet Roman Reigns in our main event, and the Beast Brock Lesnar is here, Alberto Del Rio picks up the victory on Old School Raw. What a night it's been already, and of course the breaking news earlier on that Batista has entered himself into the Royal Rumble match, and that's how Alberto Del Rio won this match over Sin Cara.
When people talk about the Royal Rumble match, they should be talking about one man, Alberto Del Rio. But instead, everyone is talking about Batista. The man who calls himself the Animal, pero que es un maldito cobarde. At the Rumble, it will be me throwing that perro, throwing that filthy dog over the top rope. And then, just then, everyone will be talking about the Royal Rumble match winner, Alberto Del Rio.
And Alberto Del Rio knows what he's talking about. He's won the Royal Rumble once before, back in 2011.
As has Batista in 2005.
Can Alberto Del Rio do it again? We'll find out in 3 weeks in Pittsburgh at the Royal Rumble. Well, you, the WWE Universe, will decide who will be the special guest referee for Damian Sandow's rematch against the Great Khali. Will it be Bob Backlund, Sergeant Slaughter, or Arn Anderson? Vote for your favorite legend now, exclusively on the WWE app. Who's it going to be? Backlund, Slaughter, or Anderson? Vote now. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is Old School Raw tonight from Baltimore, Maryland. Michael Cole, JBL, dressed for the occasion here at ringside. Jerry the King Lawler not with us tonight. Jerry did an exclusive interview with the WWE app a little bit earlier on, and he told us that he had a stomach virus earlier today. They took him to the hospital to check him out. Everything's fine, and he's just sitting in the back with all the legends enjoying Raw here tonight. Jerry's doing okay. But let's switch gears to how we started the show off tonight, and that was with a six-man tag team matchup. Rey Mysterio and the Usos against Harper Rowan and the latest member of the Wyatt family, Daniel Bryan. Bryan had made a tag, and then Luke Harper tagged himself in. And John, is this dissension among the newly formed Wyatts?
No, they're new to each other. What do you mean dissension? You've got to be kidding me.
Well, whatever it was, it would end up costing Harper Rowan and Daniel Bryan the matchup, and you have to imagine that Bray Wyatt cannot be pleased. His prized recruit, Daniel Bryan. Rowan and Harper.
None of them were pleased. Nobody likes to lose, Michael.
Yeah, but it was the debut match for the prize recruit, Daniel Bryan.
Let me explain. I wanted to join this family. I came here to learn, to be transformed from a man into a monster. And though I came here to learn, I can also teach. Because unlike either of you, I've been a tag team champion. Calm down, calm down. I was tag team champion with Kane, a man as big as either of you. So let me contribute. Next week, let me team with you, Harper. Or let me team with you, Rowan.
That will not be necessary, Bryan. Because next week, you'll be teaming with me.
Real Americans set for action. An interesting development there, John. Daniel Bryan, I guess, can really prove his loyalty next week by teaming with the patriarch of the Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt.
Prove his loyalty. He's a member of the family. He wants to contribute.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to join in the conversation in this next matchup, we invite you to use the hashtag #WeThePeople on Twitter.
Look how smart Zeb is. All these signs all the time.
Approaching the ring at a combined weight of 452 pounds, they are the WWE Tag Team Champions, Cody Rhodes and Goldust.
And it was Goldust on Twitter earlier today that said, hey, we'll show you what happens when a mix of old school with the new Rhodes style shows up here tonight on Monday Night Raw. And the Royal Rumble is presented by Jackson Hewitt. Enter for a chance to win a trip to Royal Rumble. Visit rumblesweeps.com for select Jackson Hewitt locations, and to find out more, don't go it alone. Have a Jackson Hewitt Tax Pro help you. And what a Rumble it's turning out to be. John Cena versus Randy Orton for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And we've learned tonight 2 entrants into the 30-man Royal Rumble match. The Animal Batista and Alberto Del Rio, both former Rumble match winners. And here's Goldust starting things off against former world champion Jack Swagger. John, big matchup for the Real Americans. Victory gets him in the tag team title hunt.
Which I think the Real Americans will be tag team champions. I think it's just a matter of time.
And there's Antonio Cesaro, runs into the inverted atomic drop.
Going old school. Goldust is old school.
Indeed he
and
is.
he's new school. It's kind of like hashtag old school Raw. You like using the Apple phone or Samsung, whatever, technology to talk about being old school.
However, as I just explained during this matchup, as Cody Rhodes goes into the cover and hooks the leg, we're inviting people to use the hashtag #WeThePeople to discuss this match.
Don't get hot. How about that? Hashtag don't get hot.
And Antonio with an elbow to Cody. Cody and Goldust, speaking of Twitter, did a great Q&A today, question and answer session. Very funny.
That's what Q&A means, right?
And enlightening on Twitter. And Cesaro misses wildly. There's the great athleticism of Cody Rhodes. cover, hook of the leg, and a kick out by Cesaro. Did you see what Cesaro and Swagger were doing on Twitter and Instagram earlier today? They were doing all kinds of old school wrestling poses to celebrate old school Raw tonight.
I was getting my hair fixed.
Yeah, who are you trying to be out here tonight? Here's the cover, hook of the leg, and a kick out.
Just a great old school announcer calling all these debacles.
Here's the tag, Swagger in with a right hand. Waiting for you to break out with the boyhood dream has come true. And there's Swagger with the knees to the midsection, tag again to Cesaro. Gotta love the Real Americans. Tremendous team under the tutelage of Zeb Coulter, and whether you believe in his political beliefs or you don't, he's been a great manager. Here's a kick out by Goldust. Zeb is walking around with a sign that says, the best defense is offense. And, well, there you see now.
And the WWE Universe showing approval for Zeb. Chanting, "We the people." I'm sure hashtag "We the people" is going to be trending all over the world.
Again, Swagger and Cesaro doing a tremendous job isolating Goldust from his brother Cody Rhodes. Swagger quickly going to go to the cover, hook the leg here on Goldust, and a kick out. Still to come tonight. Mentioned before, the Beast is here, Brock Lesnar. What's he going to do for an encore tonight after he took out Mark Henry last week and proclaimed himself the #1 contender for the WWE World Heavyweight title?
One of the most impressive things I've seen in a very long time. Brock Lesnar F5ing Mark Henry right here in front of us on the floor.
Also, you heard Roddy Piper stir things up a little bit with the Shield. Roman Reigns takes on CM Punk. Piper asked a great question. If Reigns beats Punk tonight, does that mean he's better than the other members of the Shield?
Goldie Rana.
And here's the tag to Cody Rhodes, and Cody off the top rope, nice missile drop kick. Cody again, hook of the leg, kick out by Cesaro. The Brotherhood, as Goldust likes to call him. Swift move by Cody, shoulders down. Does he have him? And kick out by Cesaro. And there, right to the side of the head of Swagger with a disaster kick is Cody. And Antonio Cesaro with an uppercut. It has been some night tonight on Monday Night Raw as the Real Americans look to knock off the tag team champions.
Old school Raw.
John Cena back here on Old School Raw in Baltimore. The Real Americans have been so impressive. Swagger and Cesaro have been neutralizing the tag team champs of Goldust and Cody Rhodes. And John, here's a reason that you need to download the WWE app.
The Cesaro swing. He swung Cody Rhodes so many times that Dusty Rhodes' polka dots got dizzy.
Yeah, 9.62 million downloads and counting. You need the app to be able to vote right now on who the referee will be for the Damian Sandow Great Khali match later tonight. Will it be Arn Anderson, Bob Backlund, or Sergeant Slaughter? Vote right now. Double team by the Real Americans. That is sweet. Cover by Cesaro. Hooks the leg and a kick out.
Be a huge win for the Real Americans.
Put them right back in the tag team title hunt. Again, we are asking you to use the hashtag #WeThePeople on Twitter during this matchup. See many of the WWE fans involved tonight. Goldust trying desperately to get his brother back in the match. See the one tweet there mentioning that Zeb Coulter is awesome. No doubt Coulter has done one heck of a job with the Real Americans.
Zeb Coulter is going to take these guys to the tag team championship. I think it's just a matter of time.
You know, you watch this Cesaro and Swagger each and every week. They just get so much better as a team, don't they? And there's Cody, though. Dumps Cesaro over the top rope. Swagger on the other side. Cody trying to crawl to Goldust, trying to get to his brother. It is old school. It's like 2000 is going to be revisited again, but no! Cesaro not allowing it to happen. There goes Goldust off the apron. And Cody with a big back body drop. But there's no one to tag.
You're all alone, Cody.
Cesaro with a wise move. And there's an uppercut to the back of the neck. Rolling Rhodes up. Is it enough here? 2 count. Rhodes stays alive. Big matchup tonight for the Real Americans. Cesaro. Cody just sidestepping Cesaro, goes head first off the turnbuckle. And this is where Goldust was taken out. Great move there, John. Veteran move by Cesaro.
Veteran move, going right near your living room with that boot.
Oh, and there's Cody Rhodes now. Disaster, went for the disaster kick. He got caught by Swagger, going for the Patriot lock. And Cody trying to counter. Swagger still got it locked in. And Cody Rhodes doing all he can to try to get out of this move, but Swagger just got it locked in. He won't let him go. Tenacious attack by Swagger. Cody's only hope may be the bottom rope.
Got him hooked.
Cody's only hope may be to get to the rope, force the break, can't do it. Back to the middle of the ring. Cody somehow surviving. Swagger with that Patriot lock in, and it's Goldust saving the matchup.
Little tit for tat.
Crunch time for the tag team champions. Here comes the bizarre one.
Game just changed.
Goldust in off the tag. Down goes Swagger. Goldust in the best shape of his career, he told me earlier today.
Goldust better than he was when he was old school.
Spine buster. Shades of Arn Anderson, who's here tonight. Antonio Cesaro up over the top rope, and now Goldust going up top rope. Goldust, look at this, spinning into a crossbody. Power slam to Swagger, cover, is it enough? 2 count, got it, no! Cesaro using his skull.
That was close.
To knock Goldust off the cover. And there goes Cesaro, and Swagger from behind, looking to steal one for the tag team champions. Did he get him? No, 2.5. Goldust, Swagger.
He got him.
Going into this match, the WWE Tag Team Champions, Cody Rhodes and Goldust.
Man, what a matchup. Incredible matchup here on Monday Night Raw.
Talk about an old school, good old-fashioned tag team matchup. That was it. That was fun to watch.
There's a reason Cody Rhodes and Goldust are the tag team champions.
Yes, there are.
And appropriate that Goldust picked up the victory here tonight on Old School Raw.
Tell me I didn't just see that.
Booker T. What's up, bro?
DDP, what's up, baby? How you been? Long time no see.
Just doing a little DDP yoga, because you never know when they might need a legend. You hit the ring.
Just trying to get a shameless plug for that DDP yoga DVD, right?
Yeah. Matter of fact, I just happen to have the max back here, buddy.
What are you talking about, man?
15 DDP yoga. It ain't your mama's yoga. Workout. Not my mama. Bottom line is, I'll have you doing that spin-a-rooney better than ever.
What are you talking about, man? I'm in the best shape of my life.
Watch, and let me show you what you can do with this. Now, this is an advanced move. I don't suggest you try this. I'm gonna plant that right leg and take that left leg.
You need help?
No, I don't need help.
You're good.
I'm good here. Right up over my head.
Oh, that's good.
That's core strength, and flexibility at different levels.
Hey, man, I can do that. Anybody can do that.
No, that's advanced.
Hey, man, I can't do DDP yoga, but I can do Booker T yoga. Now, can you dig that? Check it out. Check this out.
It's dynamic resistance. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't know, Book. I don't know.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I pulled something right
Oh, advanced.
Hey, Ron. Oh, you talk. Damn!
I agree.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the time is now. It's your last chance to vote for who will be the special guest referee for the Khali Sandow match. Will it be Bob Backlund? Will it be Sergeant Slaughter? Will it be Arn Anderson? Did you vote?
Of course I voted.
Who'd you vote for?
Michael, I can't tell you who I voted for.
Last chance to vote right now on the WWE app. The results are live next. And a big thanks to Chainz and Wiz Khalifa for We Own It, the official Royal Rumble theme. It's off the album Nobody Beat the Wiz, available on iTunes. And Damian Sandow in the ring here on Old School Raw, preparing for his rematch against the great Khali after a referee blew a call last week. Sandow had defeated Khali, but Khali's, well, his shoulder was obviously off the mat.
Weighing 347 pounds, the great Khali.
Ranjit Singh's back as well. He's out of the fire. So now the question is, for great Khali and Damian Sandow, who will be the referee for their one-on-one match tonight? As I mentioned, the referee last week blew the call. So we're going to go to the legends tonight. WWE fans voting on the app. Will it be Arn Anderson, Bob Backlund, Sergeant Slaughter? JBL is with us now with the results. Take it away, Ron Burgundy.
Well, it's time to find out who you, the WWE Universe, voted on the WWE app to be the special guest referee tonight. Is it Bob Backlund? Is it Sergeant Slaughter? Or is it the Enforcer, Arn Anderson? Let's find out.
Sergeant Slaughter.
Sergeant Slaughter it is!
Oh, this is going to be great. The Sarge here in Baltimore. The Hall of Famer, former WWE champion from Paris Island. And look at Sarge.
The Sarge looks great.
Great crowd here tonight in Baltimore, Maryland for Old School Raw.
I voted for Arn Anderson. He'd have been a big, tough bear of a referee in there.
Yeah, he would have been. The Enforcer. Big old grizzly as Khali gets set to take on Damian Sandow here with Sergeant Slaughter as the special guest referee. And here we go.
Stay out of my way.
Sergeant Slaughter, one of the all-time greats, John, and I guarantee you he will call this match down the middle.
Absolutely.
And nothing's going to get messed up here tonight.
One of the greatest matches of all time, the one he had with Pat Patterson at Madison Square Garden.
Boot camp matches. See great Khali, over 7 feet tall, over 400 pounds, hammering away on Sandow. Interesting that his buddy Ranjit Singh is back
he looks good
here at Old School Raw.
Oh, that hurt.
Legend shouting instructions. Khali was extremely upset last week. Sandow defeated him.
Oh, there we go. It's like getting hit with a microwave.
What do you know what's like hit by a microwave?
Hit hit with a microwave many times. It hurts. It hurts a lot.
Oh, and look at Sandow fighting back.
And it's old school. It's a radar range. Got hit with a radar range. Yes.
How about a black and white television set or a TV dinner?
That's not funny. Radar range is.
Because he didn't think of it. As Sandow now takes the Khali, who's down on his knees in the corner.
Ranjit Singh's now on Twitter.
Yep, at WWE Ranjit Singh. Look at Khali, he's all fired up tonight.
Yes, he is.
Oh, man. Hashtag Old School Raw, trending worldwide right now. Oh, there's a big chop to Sandow. And great Khali gonna put Sandow away. And I mean, oh, wait a minute. Wait,
his leg was on the ropes.
Duh.
The winner of this match, the great Khali.
His leg was on the rope on the count of 1, John. It was blatant.
The Captain Obvious is obviously contagious from you.
Obviously, Sergeant Slaughter didn't wear his glasses out here tonight.
That's right, he's better than Mark Harris.
Sandow's upset, telling Sergeant Slaughter that his...
My foot was on the rope! My foot was on the rope! Hi! Judy Iglesias! Don't tell me that! Don't tell me!
That's not smart. And look at Sarge! The Cobra Clutch! Cobra Clutch! The Cobra Clutch! Locked in! The Cobra Clutch to Sandow! Sergeant Slaughter!
The only thing that can save him right now is Khali. He's a snake charmer.
Actually, I think it was... No, it was Khali was the snake.
Yes, it was. I know what I'm talking about.
And
How about that? It's old school Raw. Let's throw Ron and sing in a fire.
Or drop him off the elimination chamber.
I love it.
And Khali and
Wait a minute.
Celebrating.
They want the Sarge to dance. The Shark's going to throw a little boogie in. He going to get some jiggy on. I love it. Come on, Sarge. Sarge used to dance to Lawrence Welk like crazy. Triple Alliance fantastic.
The Blue Danube?
Oh, yeah, he's good at it.
And look at Sarge go!
Look at Sarge go! Sarge raising the roof!
Oh, no. Is he twerking?
Sarge is twerking! He's raising the rizzle for Shizzle!
Well, folks, so much for the humor. Because there is the beast. Brock Lesnar proclaimed himself #1 contender for the WWE World Heavyweight title last week and demolished Mark Henry. What does he do for an encore? Find out next. Old school Raw from Baltimore tonight. You look dapper, a cross between Ron Burgundy and a certain announcer who sat out here for many, many years. Jerry the King Lawler.
Classy, Baltimore.
Jerry the King Lawler is not with us tonight. He has a stomach virus, but he's enjoying the show as well. And Monday Night Raw has been great so far, and things are about to get very interesting.
Yes, they are.
Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar.
Heyman and Lesnar on Monday Night Raw last week, John made it pretty clear. They said that Brock Lesnar is proclaiming himself the #1 contender for the WWE World Heavyweight title, and he wants John Cena or Randy Orton, the winner of that match at the Rumble. He wants them for the championship.
You beg to differ with him?
No, I would never argue with Brock Lesnar.
I think Brock Lesnar is the only person in the world that can come out here and say he's the #1 contender and just be the #1 contender.
Heyman back in all his glory as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. And here comes the best part. And I stand before you tonight as the advocate for the self-proclaimed #1 contender for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Ladies and gentlemen, my client wants me to convey to you his dismay over the public's misconception over this term, old school. You see, old school, according to my client, is not trudging out these, well, Brock doesn't want me to call them old timers, so we'll call them legends. Let's not trudging out these legends and giving them their last hurrah. That's not old school. According to my client Brock Lesnar, old school is when one man reigns supreme and every single solitary member of that locker room comes out and challenges that one man, that one champion, for the right to be the man in sports entertainment today. That's old school. Like, as Brock pointed out to me in the back in the day, Bruno Sammartino reigned supreme, and every single solitary member of that locker room wanted a piece of Bruno Sammartino. That's old school. Back in the day, as Brock pointed out, Hulk Hogan reigned supreme, and every single member of that locker room wanted a piece of Hulk Hogan because they wanted to be that one man. Back in the day, Stone Cold Steve Austin. We're not out here seeking your acceptance to the names that I'm dropping right now. Stone Cold Steve Austin reigned supreme, and every member of that locker room wanted to come out and challenge Steve Austin for the right to be the one man who reigned supreme. That's old school. And that's how it is again today, because today, one man reigns supreme. One man is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And after the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, whether that one man is John Cena or whether that one man is Randy Orton, you might as well just put an expiration stamp on the back of their neck, because their time will be very limited, because after the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, whoever is the one man that reigns supreme, that man will have a target on his back, and coming after that WWE World Heavyweight Champion will be the self-proclaimed #1 contender, the Beast Incarnate himself, Brock Lesnar. Now, this is where the facts are even more interesting than the hype. Let's not undersell my client Brock Lesnar. There's nobody in WWE or even in mixed martial arts or professional sports that can compare to Brock Lesnar's ability to reign supreme as the #1 man today. Last week, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, took Brock Lesnar up on that challenge. And what happened to this Olympian? Brock Lesnar had no advance warning. Brock Lesnar had no time to prepare for this challenge. Brock Lesnar had no strategy. And what did Brock Lesnar do? Brock Lesnar laid Mark Henry to waste, gave Mark Henry the most savage beating of Mark Henry's entire illustrious career. But you know as well as I do, don't you? It doesn't matter who came down that aisle. Anybody, big or small, old school or new school, that comes up against Brock Lesnar is going to end up being a loser. Because, ladies and gentlemen, my client Brock Lesnar's life really is like a t-shirt. Eat, sleep, conquer, repeat. Eat, sleep, conquer, repeat. Eat, sleep.
This is a surprise. The world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
Yeah, but Mark Henry's taped up. His shoulders, his ribs are all taped up. Mark Henry's badly hurt.
But Mark Henry is not going to take this lion down. He's going right after Brock Lesnar, and here we go. Mark Henry taking it to Lesnar, and Mark Henry's got Lesnar backing up here. And now Lesnar knees to the midsection.
All the tape in the world isn't going to stop Brock
Lesnar. Oh, no, Kimura lock, Kimura lock.
You see that tape on that shoulder right there.
The Kimura lock by Brock Lesnar, he's got it locked in.
He's going to break his arm.
Heyman screaming from ringside. Look at Lesnar's face, oh my God. No. Mark Henry's helpless. That Kimura lock, the same move, John, that broke the arm of Triple H on 2 different occasions. This is really tough to look at. Look at Lesnar, look at his face. Look at the look in the eyes of Brock Lesnar as he breaks the arm, we would have to assume, of Mark Henry. Brock Lesnar has been unstoppable. Here's Paul Heyman just screaming at Mark Henry, asking him the question, why would you do this?
I admire Mark's bravery. That was not smart.
Brock Lesnar just took down a 400-plus-pound man. He may have broken his arm.
Who had no business coming to the ring in the position Mark Henry was in. Brock Lesnar just broke the world's largest Olympian's arm.
Well, it's a big show. It's a big bad show tonight. Oh, here we go.
Look who's here.
This is going to be a fight.
The world's largest athlete.
Oh, my God.
The Big Show.
We are about to see a collision.
And Brock Lesnar is slowly backpedaling.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, Heyman's in a panic.
What a fight we're about to have.
Oh, Heyman's in a panic outside the ring, and Big Show is not taking his eyes off the beast.
Nobody in this arena is taking the eyes off the beast, Michael.
Now Lesnar wants Big Show. Lesnar went after Big Show off the distraction. And Big Show, oh my God!
Listen to me! Listen to me! Go on again, listen to me! I'm the voice of reason! Not now! Not now! Not now! Not now! Not now! Not now! Come on! Come with me! Come with me! Just come with me! Please come with me! Please listen to me! Please listen to me! Come with me, please! Please come with me! Please don't go! Please listen to me! Listen to me! If you never listened to me before, listen to me now! Don't come down! Don't do it now!
John, take a look at this. Brock Lesnar, he just entered a different world. Watch this. I can't believe this. Watch what Big Show does to Brock Lesnar. He literally hits him across the ring.
One of the biggest, toughest men in the world being thrown around like a rag
out of Brock Lesnar won't back up for many people. You got to take another look. Look at what Big Show did. Look at what Big Show did to Brock Lesnar. He picked him up and threw him across the ring. And John, you hit the nail on the head just a little bit ago. There are not many men that Brock Lesnar backs away from, but he backed away from the world's largest athlete, the Big Show.
Oh, man, it's giant.
Man, that's unbelievable. Big Show launched Brock Lesnar halfway across.
One of the biggest, toughest men in the world, Brock Lesnar, and Big Show just tossed him like a rag doll.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Old School Raw tonight. We started off the show with the 16-time world champion, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. He was interrupted by the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Randy Orton. They've had a long history. Things were actually cordial for a while, but then Randy Orton started to aggravate the Nature Boy, and Flair would respond.
And you may call yourself the man, and these make you the man in our business, but I'm wondering, when you go home at night and close that door, if you're really a man.
You want me to be a man, Rick? How about I do you one better and I go old school on your ass right now?
And then John Cena, Orton's challenger at the Royal Rumble, would now not allow Orton to get in Flair's face. John Cena would respond to the champion.
I heard you say you're thinking about going old school, and I'm not really sure what that means, but if it means you want to fight, I guess I'm thinking about going old school too. So I'll put it like this. You feeling froggy, jump, because I say let's dance, Randall.
But Randy Orton had they didn't want to fight John Cena tonight. Randy Orton will face Cena in 3 weeks at the Royal Rumble with a WWE World Heavyweight Championship on the line. You win that match via pinfall or submission. One fall with no excuses. And our main event still to come tonight on Old School Raw. CM Punk is knocked off.